Hey, welcome to Legends of the Underground, where we look at the best of the unknown, give a brief history of the band, and a complete list of their discography. So without further ado, let's go. The Fad is a sometimes ska punk band hailing from Long Island, New York. They've had many members over the years, but the current lineup is Danny Sabella, James Doyle, Adam Foster, and Tom Malinowski. But I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, so let's roll it back and take some excerpts from their wiki page, which is written in the first person, so I assume it's by one of the band members. In spring of 2004, Mike Haggerty, formerly of 32 Degrees in Hell, joined the band. They played stints on the 2004 Vans Warped Tour, backstage from Houston to Idaho, and on to the East Coast from Atlanta to Boston. Tom Malinowski joined the band in 2001. They recorded their 8-song debut, Number 5, and by the time it was pressed, Jay and Matt had left to college. Going through a number of lineup changes, they were determined to have their band on the road as long as possible. Though they've claimed to snuck in on the Warped Tour in 2004, I haven't been able to find any information to verify this. Though they say when they got back, they were introduced to Adam Foster, a drummer who wasn't in a band, and Danny, a longtime friend of theirs, who was also not playing bass in any band. When they started playing together, that's when they say everything clicked, and they recorded their 3-song EP, Quit Your Band and Join the Fad, with Robert Doragayla, some shit, a great producer and a friend of the band. Once these songs went public, they received a great amount of positive support, feedback, and requests to get on the road. They started touring again, and thanks to help from the Flaming Tsunamis, they started making contact with bands in different areas. On one of these tours, they brought Cody Klein to play second guitar, and that's when they say it clicked again. Though unfortunately in late 2008, that's when Cody Klein broke up the Fad. Like I said, brief history, because not really much is known about the band except what they've publicly released. For their members, they say there's Doyle, Ricky Sine on guitar, Chris Baldwin, ex-Glassjaw, ex-Edna's Goldfish, Dan on bass, ex-Jaded Ways and ex-The Reason, Adam on drums, Cody guitar. Then there's Mike Haggerty drums, and Ken Noble for drums. For any other members, I'm not exactly sure. They only briefly mention Jay and Matt. I don't even know if they play guitar or bass or whatever. The fan page does mention a DVD called A Summer with the Fad, which I've not been able to locate along with the EP it's attached to. And even though the band officially broke up in 2008, they've toured pretty regularly since then. 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, a reunion tour in 2014 with the original members, and 2017 they're still touring. Their last official output of music was 2017, but unfortunately that isn't a sign of more to come, with Doyle revealing in a Facebook video that the music was actually recorded 2 years prior.
Just a general thank you for supporting us after all this time. Those songs were recorded 2 years ago. It's very nice to actually get them out and heard by the people. So, thanks again. Buy some tickets to our shows. We got t-shirts at our Big Cartel site. And keep streaming the songs on our Bandcamp. The Fad Bong Island at thefadbongisland.bandcamp.com. Old man like me is confused with the internet. Alright, bye-bye.
And with that, let's move on to their discography, most of which is not available for digital download or purchase, except their most popular album, Kill Punk Rockstars, you can find on their Bandcamp, which is run by their previous record label, Bankshot Records, which I'm not sure if any of that money actually goes to the band. So I'm not saying pirate the records, but if it ain't going to the band, why give it to anybody else? So the first project put out by the Fad was called Number 5. It featured 8 songs, Behind Closed Doors, Blame Game, Don't Show, Nostalgia, PMRC, The End, Starry-Eyed, and Make Room. It features the artists Jimmy Doyle, Jay Biner, Tom Malinowski, and Matt McGregor. Jay and Matt are the ones we heard about earlier, but they didn't have their names or what instruments they played on their wiki page. It also features Vic Ruggieri on keyboard, David Solomon on trombone, JT Ill Rhymes, which on PMRC there's actually a rap little breakdown thing, which he's featured on. It's kind of like a rap verse, sounds a little bit like ICP without the horrorcore gay shit.
And I got Timber go back over like she's a little bitch. I punch her in the back to rest tags on my dick. See, I don't like the sinners ones who just try to erase. I turn around before I come and shoot it in her face. Cause with the FAD, what you get is what you see. TOM, 666, G and monster dick. We'll say do what you like. And be who you wanna be. Doesn't mean it ain't life. Open up your right and you'll see. You took the chorus a whore to all your paranoid parents. I got freedom of speech and freedom of choice. I ain't gonna spare it, so prepare it. The bleep I'm about to say fuck. Cause in the USA I say what I want and I won't. Shut up, bitch. Fuck shit, cock, gun, hell, damn fart. You can't silence me, sucker. I'm a same
some gang vocals by Tricario, Moonface, and the rest. The CD design is fairly minimalist, but it passes for a first project. And since it's not available for streaming or purchase anywhere, I'll have it up on my SoundCloud if you want to check it out. Their next project was actually a 3-track demo that was only ever put onto CDR, so finding an actual physical wasn't possible for me. But luckily someone on YouTube was actually able to provide me with the 3 songs that I was unable to find anywhere else. And the songs feature actually alternative versions of ones that appear on Kill Punk Rockstars. You have Bright Lights, Final Paradise, and Only As Good As Your Drummer. Bright Lights is actually vastly superior on the demo than it is the full-length Kill Punk Rockstars project. You can't fully enjoy how awesome the song is because of how bad the quality is on the full-length project. On the demo, the length of it is the same, but the audio quality is the best, the vocal mixing is way better, and just the general loudness. It's too quiet on Kill Punk Rockstars. It's a lot louder on this, so you can actually hear it perfectly when you're using your headphones. When you throw the 2 versions into Audacity, it really shows you the vast difference between the tracks. While the 2 versions of Bright Lights are just a difference in production quality, the version of Vinyl Paradise that appears in the EP is very much different from the one that appears on the full-length project. The one that appears here, the vocals are even done by a different person. Doyle still does the verses, but all the choruses are done by another band member. And the guitar riffs, the instrumentals, a lot of subtle differences that you'll notice almost immediately. It features an intro build-up that the official version does not. And the instrumentals and the guitar seemed a lot more stripped back. It's kind of like a ska version of the song. It's a more ska cut of Final Paradise. While the vocal and guitar differences are all up to personal taste, I personally really like the guitars on this, and the vocals don't bother me that much. The drums on this are objectively inferior to the official cut. They're just too minimalist and lack the same energy. And getting into Kill Punk Rockstars, like all the other albums I mentioned, I was lucky enough to be able to track them down and secure a copy of them. This one, the vinyl, is nothing short of iconic. The front cover is amazing. You've seen it, I showed you it earlier. The back, it's nice, it's simplistic, but it gets the job done very well. It shows side A, you got Creepshow, Final Paradise, the title track, Leaving Cleveland, What the Hell Does Rant Mean, Remote Control, side B has Beer to Miners, Bright Lights, Extended Family, Ska Boom, Oil Spills, and the other version of Only As Good As Your Drummer. The best ones on this are clearly Final Paradise and Ska Boom, but Bright Lights, if you replace it with the version from the demo, that will be another great addition to the track. This one has Jimmy on vocals, Danny on bass, Cody on guitars, Tommy on guitars as well, and Johnny on drums. If you can find this somewhere, get it. eBay, possibly Bandcamp, but I can't guarantee you'll actually get it from them considering Bangshot Records has been defunct for quite some time now. There's apparently a CD version of the album floating around, but I have had no fucking luck locating that. You can actually still buy the digital, but like I said, if it's not going to the band, why give the money to anyone else? But if you guys can get this video to break 1,000 views, I'll fucking just bite the bullet and buy the fucking digital copy so you guys can listen to it on my SoundCloud. The next piece of music is unfortunately not an album, but a single called Dubfecta under the Ska Is Dead mail order series. The vinyl is a 7-inch and is released by Asbestos Records. It is fucking phenomenal. Unfortunately, I don't have the proper software to transfer it to digital, but I have a recording on my SoundCloud that I took from my vinyl player. It's not the best, but it's clear enough where you can still enjoy the song. Their talent really shines through and I can't recommend it enough. And unfortunately, their final output of music was recorded in 2015 and released in 2017 called Keep It Short. It's merely 2 singles called It's About Time and The Hater. They announced they had a music video for the latter coming out, but that was in September and we've yet to see shit from it, so you can just guess that's dead in the water. Or their record label's just being a dick and holding it back. For now, at least, that's a full discography of The Fad. A band that I'm surprised wasn't more popular back in the day. It didn't blow up like The Offspring or Green Day did. They had a unique sound and they were really talented in what they did. But ska, like many other genres, wasn't one that was built to live. So, like they say, ska is dead, but I'd hang out with its ghost any day. All appropriate links will be in the description. Feel free to hit me up on my Twitter and let me know what you think in the comments. Rock on, motherfucker.